that what I think it is?
You darn tootin', Vladimir Putin. What's in this case will melt your face.
Hey, what up, what up, what up? AK here. Today we're going to pay tribute to one of the greatest all-time guitar players, Mr. Eddie Van Halen. And today we're going to be taking a look at a 1988 Aria Pro 2 Frankenstrat. Now we're going to do a restring, and I will be playing a short demo on this guitar. If that is something you're interested in watching, then stick around and let's have some fun. Stay tuned here on the Broke Single Guitar Show. Okay, well, I didn't really plan on doing an Eddie Van Halen tribute, and it is coming close to the 1-year anniversary of Eddie's passing. He died last year on October 6th, 2020. And he was known for an innovative tapping style for guitar that really changed rock forever. Now, I don't have any interest in buying a replica or anything like that. I totally believe that doing it yourself is the true Eddie way. Frankenstrat is a beast of itself that's gone through so many different morphs for Eddie that the only way to do it right is to do it yourself. And in this case, we have the Aria Pro. It's actually from 1988, and it was heavily modded. As a matter of fact, we can see that this was actually a crackle green, and these guitars sold for about $400 back then. And of course, the one I'm working on is a 1988, so it just has dot inlays and a Strat style tremolo, no locking nut, and a lot of dust. Now the neck does look like it's been sanded to almost a scalloped effect, but not a very good job. But hey, you can do what you want with your guitar. So we're not gonna clean this up too much. I'm just going to change the strings, do the intonation, set the radius on the bridge, and we are also going to condition this neck because since it was sanded, it's just really dried out, and it's probably a good idea to condition the fretboard. Yeah, apparently this guitar has been hanging on the wall for quite a while. I hear it gets played, but it's collected a little bit of dust, and we'll clean that up. And it's always a good idea to tighten up the nuts, just snug on the machine heads to help for tuning stability. And we're going to clean up his decal. It says Touchton Guitars, Hecho in Tejas. Now, how many times have we seen this? A million times. Funny thing is, it looks like they just stuck toothpicks in there and rammed a screw. I'm going to put a little bit of glue, wood glue, and we'll use a whole toothpick and ram it in there too. One of the most common things to happen with the guitar. Thing is, it looks like it was actually tightened so tight that it indented the wood on the guitar, so it's actually set in. Now, Teflon tape will keep the water out of your screw hole. But we don't want water in there. We want toothpicks and wood glue. I mean, some people take sawdust shavings and mix it with the wood glue and fill the holes. It's not really necessary. A toothpick will work fine. Tap that bad boy in there. Clean it up with the damp cloth, and I'm going to secure this decal. It's been driving me mad. It's curling up a little bit on the corners. So we'll take a little bit of super glue and I think that's going to secure it well. Okay, now I'm going to do a very limited cleaning and just make sure I get any gunk out from under the bridge, because I am going to set the radius and do the intonation on it. And we have more decals that are driving me crazy, so super glue works every time. And if you want to take those off, just use a damp cloth. Super glue dissolves in water. And I did say I wasn't going to take the pickup off, but it's killing me. I was wondering if it was a DiMarzio Super Distortion, or it looked like the type that came in Ibanez's, but it turns out to be a no-name brand. We got a ground wire in there, and it is shielded in there. And here's your reading on the pickup. Still pretty hot. Now, the tone knob has become an input jack, and we just have a volume. And of course, we don't need a pickup selector. And I'm also interested in what it looks like inside this guitar. And your typical 500K pot. Horrible solder job, and it looks like a date code from 1986 on that pot, so it's an original pot, I would believe. The tremolo bar is aluminum and the springs are steel. Hey, could do a stereo output. And I suggest this to anybody that's had guitars sitting around for a while, or if they've been in a dry environment. You'll want to condition these necks, and I just use your typical affordable furniture polish. This is a lemon oil, and it really brings out the scallops on this fretboard. Okay, and I'm going to put a little lead in the nut. Helps for tuning stability if you have a tremolo bar and no locking system. I couldn't tell if it was actually getting in there, so I'll try to scrape a little lead with an X-Acto knife. And one last look at that scalloped fingerboard. I do like the grain in the wood. Yeah, make sure you get those buttons in nice and straight. We won't be using Teflon tape on this one. I think we'll just put a little felt ring. And of course we have our tremolo bar, and we're going to be putting on 10s to 46 Ernie balls. And I will be doing a tribute demo on this guitar. I know I'll probably see some comments, but I have you know I've been playing country music for a long time, and I've never been known to copy Eddie Van Halen licks or anything like that. So there's the before and there's the after. And I did notice the screw was cracking at the body. Seemed to be coming loose, or it was somehow jolted and bent, and it cracked the wood. And it doesn't seem to be affecting the tremolo, but we're gonna take it easy on this tremolo. So stay tuned for the demo. Hey, and if you guys live in the United States, subscribe and then go to last week's video and comment what state you live in, and you will be in the drawing for a DC 600 Harley Benton Vintage White. And if you're overseas, you can still subscribe. We'll get to you guys next time. I will see you guys next week on the Broke Single Guitar Show.